All right, y'all. Welcome back to our second ever episode of The Hedge with Double D. I'm Dawson Davies, aka Double D.
The Hedge with Double D.
And today I am joined again by my buddy Tony and Dylan. We're going to review some of our picks from yesterday. We did pretty good. Could have done better, but made money. And I've also got Colin joining me today. Colin lives out in the Pacific Northwest. He's a big Kraken fan. He's also a Packers fan, so welcome that. But he's going to talk hockey and Formula One with us today. Thanks for joining us, Colin.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me.
Of course.
And what up, Colin?
What up, Dylan?
And we've got my buddy Andrew here too, a fellow Knoxvillian. Specializes more on the NBA and basketball, so he's going to be talking a little hoops with us today also.
Yeah, welcome. Glad to be here.
Yeah, what up, bro?
All right, glad we're all here. As you can see, the show is already growing, so let's get to it. First, we'll talk about last night's games. So last night, we had yesterday first. The first game was the Knicks and the Heat. It pretty much went exactly as we said, honestly. I don't want to, brag too much, but we were 3 for 3 on those picks. So, give us our flowers.
3 for 3.
Let's go.
Here we go.
You follow that, all of that. You made, I don't know, at least 50, 60, 70 bucks, however much. So
Tony with the big hit on that, by the way.
Exactly.
Tony, I think, hit the plus 400. Let's give Big Bear Montana the moment to talk about that pick.
So.
My heart didn't lie for once.
Yeah.
Follow your hearts. Every once in a while it'll pay off.
There you go. And we
What
all
was
have
the pick
different
again?
picks. Go ahead.
No,
Sorry,
I'm very confident in Jimmy Butler and Eric Spoelstra to make the adjustments needed, and I really think they're going to advance and go to the conference finals as an 8 seed. Should be a good rest of the playoffs for them.
Yeah.
All right. And so Tony had Jimmy Butler over 27.5, and he had the Heat minus 4.5, I think. Butler barely hit, and then the Heat destroyed him.
Hey, a hit's a hit, man. Barely.
Yeah.
It's black and white in this game. Come on, man.
I was worried because he had.
I was a little worried.
He had 24 and wasn't playing the fourth quarter for a while, and I was like, oh, they're just not going to play him, I guess. So, but yeah, I think Tony called Spoelstra and said, I need 4 more.
I got him on speed dial. It's cool.
Jimmy Bubbles. Yeah, so Jimmy Bubbles. Big
Call it for the restaurant.
Yeah.
Exactly, the restaurant. Y'all got to watch the show yesterday. Tony met him.
Yeah. And then so Dylan had the same Jimmy Butler pick, and that hit. And then I had, like I said, I love picking Bam under points. That hit again. We had RJ Barrett under, which we all kind of agreed on there. And then I also had the Heat, and I bought some points in minus 2.5, which I didn't need to. But a win's a win. So, woo! Otherwise, in terms of just the game, let's not talk too much about our picks. Andrew, do you have any takeaways specifically from the game you want to talk about? Anything stand?
Oh, you're muted, bro.
Oh, man, I was disappointed that nobody had LeBron James in their top 5 yesterday. And I know y'all kind of turned it into a unsung hero thing, but I mean, guys, he is doing it at his age, and he's got a healthy team around him. So I think he definitely stood out yesterday. I think they won by 30. So
yeah, it was a blowout. We were wrong on that one, guys. Dawson, you're muted too, bro.
All right, we'll get through that. We'll figure that out as we go. Yes, we were all wrong on the Warriors. Colin, anything, especially from the Knicks Heat game, anything stand out?
Really, it's just Jimmy Butler just putting the team on his back, and luckily Max Strus definitely had some good points added in there. I think he ended up with 17. It's going to be interesting to see Game 4. To see how much Brunson is going to try to hunt those fouls like he certainly did throughout the whole regular season. I think that's going to be key to it. Brunson pretty much has to be the best guy on the floor every time. And the problem is when Jimmy Buckets is also on the floor, it's kind of tough to beat that. So I expect a long series, but it's gonna be tough.
Okay, interesting. See, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised if the Heat win the next two and it's over.
Yeah,
I like it. I like it.
I could see it going either way too, man. But I do think the Knicks do get one here, somewhere. So, I do think it's a longer series, at least 6, but maybe 7.
and I'd add Kyle Lowry to the unsung hero list.
Ooh,
you know, coming down from the Canada up there with the Torontos and finally, beat the Warriors, ended their dynasty. And then the whole team split basically. But I think he had 14 last night. He's coming off the bench, but man, what a guy to have coming off the bench.
Especially because the Heat fans have been talking mad crap about him, honestly, because he hadn't been great. So he's like come up big for sure in the playoffs. Yeah. All right.
Crappy little role player.
Yeah. And especially since he used to be like the star of his team, it's not easy to take a back seat. But
yeah,
it's always good to see. Some people can learn for sure.
I like Kyle Lowry as well, man. He is a good player. He's had a lot of good history in the NBA. He's got championships, so he's up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. We can move to the next game. Andrew talked a little bit about. I mean, LeBron. I know if we had done our top 5 like best players, I'm sure he would have been on all of our lists. I'd imagine. But favorite, and honestly, he's one of my favorites now. But yeah, I was getting silly with it. So. But he is.
I think Dawson made the assignment and then changed the assignment.
I know,
He's like, "What
right
are your
in the
top
middle.
5 favorite players in the playoffs?" I get on here with like a serious list, and then Dawson's like, "Tyrese Maxey, I love his smile." I'm like, "Dude." You know what I'm saying? So, but hey, that's what this is all about. It's Dawson, it's double D. You never know what's going to come out of his mouth. So.
Iguodala hasn't played at all. He was on the list.
I know. I had to make mine too. Dawson called me and let me know. He goes, "Hey, there'll be some funny work." I was like, "Okay, well, I'll put one in there."
Mm-hmm.
And I think Tony had fun with it too. I think did you throw Jeff Green in there?
Oh, that was
Dawson.
Oh, that was also Dawson. Who did you throw in there? You threw somebody in there.
D'Anthony
Anybody?
Melton.
I was about to
Okay.
say it.
And
better be
Derrick
Melton.
Rose.
He had a bunch
Yeah,
of
you had some unsung.
Derrick Rose,
You had the
man.
Memphis boys. You had the
Memphis
unsung
guys, yeah.
heroes too. So we all did our own take. That was good.
Yeah.
All right, but so Warriors Lakers games, like we said, did not go as we said. But either way, if you had still followed all 6 of our picks, you still came out. I think it was up like $57. So you're welcome.
Profitable.
We definitely missed the Warriors Lakers game. I tried to tell y'all not to pick a winner, but either way, Jordan Poole. I got to stop picking Jordan Poole to make 3-pointers. I don't know why I'm doing that. In the series against the Grizzlies, I kept picking him to go under points, and I kept hitting. And then he has like one good game against the Lakers, and I'm like, oh yeah, 3-pointers. So bad Dawson. I'm on.
Be careful.
Yeah, I'm on it now. So, otherwise though, like we said, AD came back. He played a good game. Probably next game will be bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're back under next game. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah.
We got to see what the line is, but gosh.
And then all those, and once again, once it's a blowout, you hope you took unders because the Stars stopped playing. So it's hard to go overs anyways. Yeah. So.
I want to say thank you, Tony, too, man. Tony, I got on with you on that Rory Hashimura. I mean, it was a point. It was just a 1-3 he had to make to hit his bet. He hit one. So I parlayed that last night with Anthony Davis rebounds. I just was riding with what you guys were saying, and I think I did 12 to keep it safe. But that was another late hit that kind of got me out of the dumpster because I did load up on Golden State money line a little bit. So sometimes it happens.
Yeah. Well, Colin, Andrew, I know y'all didn't have the official picks yesterday, but anything else you want to say about those games before we move on?
I think it's going to be really interesting. Golden State's next game, they are plus 134 on the money line.
Really?
I do kind of like that. I think with their backs against the wall, they pretty much have to win the next game, or else they'll really be on the struggle bus. And Steph Curry, let's just let him cook and let's see what happens. So I think they even it up and really put the pressure on the Lakers for Game 5. Yeah. And then for the games today, it's going to be pretty interesting with Celtics, 76ers, and then Nuggets, Suns. So I don't know what you think about that.
Well, we'll hold off on that. We'll cover today's games a little bit later. But yeah, I agree.
There is some line movement, y'all, though. Just real quick, line's moving down. I just checked on Philly. down from 2 to 1.5
Ooh,
towards Philadelphia.
okay.
So little teaser about pick later, but I would be looking at Philadelphia today and what's going on with the reigning MVP.
All right. All right, Andrew, anything else to add? Or... Oh, you're muted.
I keep trying to use the spacebar shortcut and it's not working. So
We'll get it down.
We'll get that down. No, man, I'm just looking forward to seeing if the 76ers can respond today. Like they were doing great last series and they won, obviously, but this series they just have, starting without, Embiid, and then they got him back and they still just weren't quite in a groove. That play where he stepped on Grant Williams' face was so brutal. I had to look away. It was so awful. But so I mean, we'll see how they respond. And I still think the Joker for the Nuggets is just gonna probably finish the Suns off, even if they got Durant. So I don't know if that's gonna happen tonight necessarily, but I'm kind of leaning towards the Nuggets in that series.
Oh yeah. At a certain point, Booker and Durant can't do everything. You got to think.
He's just doing stuff that nobody knows how to stop right now.
Yeah,
I mean, nobody's ever done what somebody his size is doing. Y'all were talking about it yesterday, assists, the shooting, and, it's amazing to watch him. He's just going to possibly change the game a little bit.
He's got video game stat lines, like when you're playing your creative player, like seriously. All right. All right. Well, all right. I think that's good. I think we covered it pretty well. Again, overall, we did really well. We made money. So
profitable. Let's get it.
Let's get it. And if you had followed my bet, you could have hedged your bet on Jordan Poole in the 2-3. So I don't know if you did or not, but maybe you did. I didn't.
Always hedge, right?
I should have. I didn't follow my own advice. I should have hedged.
Come on.
Sometimes it's harder when you take care of the baby late at night.
Hey man, you got to make money, but.
All right. So we said, okay. So like I told y'all, we've got Colin on today. He's going to be our resident Formula expert. And
Formula
so we're going to talk a little Formula One. I'm going to let him take it away because I don't follow Formula One really. So I'm going to let y'all talk. I'm going to let you and Tony maybe talk a little to make some picks if you want. Andrew, if you follow it, you're welcome to join in, but I'm going to kind of sit on the sideline for this. So take it away.
Dawson, I really appreciate it, man. Formula One is in Lady Liberty, US of A today. Miami Grand Prix. It starts at 12:30 Pacific time, 3:30 Eastern. So figure out where you are and put your bets. It was a really interesting Saturday, specifically with pole position, which is Perez is sitting at pole position for Red Bull, and then in second place you've got the old man winner Alonso with Aston Martin sitting there, which is pretty interesting. And then Carlos Sainz Jr. In third place. He is with Ferrari. Our leader right now is Max Verstappen with Red Bull at 93 points. He actually botched Q3, and so he currently sits at the 9th position, which is going to be interesting. The big thing with that is Red Bull's got the fastest car. So I think
by far.
By far. I think if you're looking at fastest lap, Verstappen at plus 100, it's an easy way because he's going to have to race up in order to get podium. And I think he's going to be doing that. So I would definitely be looking at fastest lap plus 100. Tony, what are you thinking about, Alonso's chances to actually take one home for Aston Martin today?
I mean, I would love to say that he's got a good chance to get the win, but I think he's going to get yet another podium, another third place finish for him. He's had a few this year already, and I don't really see it changing. Depending on how Perez can do at the beginning of the race, I think he's kind of solid in that first spot. With Verstappen starting at 9, I don't know if he'll be able to catch his partner Checo, but who knows? If I had to predict, I'd say Red Bull 1 and 2, Fernando Alonso 3, just like it's been most of the season, unfortunately.
Okay, and it looks like that Alonso is plus 700 to win it all. So if you wanna dance with the old man, you certainly can. The most exciting thing, Tony, I don't know if you feel the same way, is that Haas, the American team with Magnussen, is fourth place. So
Yeah,
he
that's
is looking
wild.
at absolutely wild. And the bettors think so too, because Magnussen to win is 100-1, and Magnussen to podium is plus 2,200. Um,
Damn.
he's not going to win, but the podium is kind of interesting to bet on for 22-1. Dawson, what's
I got a
up?
question. Can you explain the difference when you say winning versus the podium?
Yeah, absolutely. Winning is taking home first place. Podium is simply first, second, or third. So it's a good place to look at, specifically if you've got some plus money. Magnuson podium at 2,200. You got top three for 22-1. Put a couple dollars on there. If you lose it, don't yell at me. It is lost after all, but it's fun to root for. It's the American team. A lot of people kind of gravitate towards them. Magnuson obviously is an American, but the owners and the actual car is American. So, Tony, what do you think about? I mean, do you think that? Do you think like Sans has got any chance to take it home? I mean, he's sitting at 3 right now.
You know, if there is a team that's going to beat Red Bull, it's definitely most likely going to be Ferrari. And the fact that he's starting in 3, you know, craziness can happen at any time in F1. You know, you can be leading the race and then boom, something happens and you're out. So I don't know if I'd put any money on it, but I wouldn't be too surprised, because if one of those Red Bull cars, or God forbid both go down, I like Ferrari. They become the favorite really quick after that. So Ferrari and Mercedes leaning towards Ferrari.
I like it. I like it. It looks like Sans is plus 2,200 to win, and Sans podium is plus 105. So I think the plus 105 is kind of a safer thing. I certainly really love the Verstappen fastest lap. I know I mentioned that before, plus 100. Perez also has fastest lap plus 200. Really, the big thing this year, Red Bull is just far and away better than anybody else. And you can look at the point system. I won't read off all the points because it's a little bit too much, but essentially Red Bull's got 1 and 2 at 93 and 87 respectively. And then third place is Alonso with 60 points. Sands at 5th place with 34 points. He has to get a top 2 finish, in my opinion, in order to have any chance to salvage the season. So I think Sands is going to push hard. His partner, Charles Leclerc, is sitting at number 7, and he's the other guy for Ferrari. A big thing with Leclerc is he's not really racing well, so he is taking a lot of chances. He actually said that as much yesterday. He said he's taking more chances than he used to, and so that means that we could be seeing some wrecks today with somebody like him. He's got enough skill, but he's going to want to really make some waves. So I expect Miami to be a whole lot of fun. Yeah, that's about it. Do you have anything, Tony, you want to add on there?
Well, kind of go off what you said about Leclerc. You know, he did get his first podium of the year last week, and I think he could get some momentum going. And you know, I know the Ferrari car isn't as good as Red Bull, but like I said, anything could happen. I wouldn't put it past him. Like you said, he's got the skill to do it. So we'll see. And I agree with you that he's going to be aggressive, because he's got to start picking it up, because he was one of the favorites last year and this year, and he's just not really performing. So I don't want to go out on a limb and say he's on the hot seat by any means, but he needs to start picking it up. So as a flyer, I'd maybe put a couple bucks on Leclerc, because he's got it. He just has to show it.
Tony, do you wish that you had picked the 2 Phils to podium yesterday?
Man, I was watching the race, and the last like quarter mile of 2 Phils in the lead, and I was just like, whoa, I'm actually going to win this thing. What the hell? And then Mage, I think Dawson was flirting with the idea of picking Mage.
I almost did.
Lose by that much. But yeah, if I could go back, I definitely would. But
so
hey, Phil Dunphy, 2 Phils, killed it for me.
You get the award for the closest of the three of y'all yesterday for sure.
Yeah, at one point I was watching, I think we were like 3, 4, and 5. I was
We
like,
were.
all right,
It was
look
like,
at us.
yeah,
All right, we know what we're doing.
Exactly, yeah.
Look at this damn hat back on.
Was Confidence
real quick.
game up there? Was my horse up there at all?
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, there was a chance. There was a time ours were like 2, 3, and 4 for like 10 seconds.
Mhm.
God, we need to wear those hats more often.
Yeah. Yeah.
Golly. Well, we didn't hit, so I guess maybe not, but
Yeah,
it's fun.
my horse ended up in like 15th at the end. So
Oh, really?
Hey, real quick,
Dang.
I wanted to ask real quick, so just to confirm the picks, because I'm actually going to follow today just for fun, since we got a new guy here. So we got the fastest lap plus 100. Is that a pick that you like? And then the other pick you had. Okay, can you run through the picks just real quick, just so we got them at the end here?
are y'all on FanDuel
sure.
looking at this?
This was taken FanDuel late last night, about 11 o'clock Pacific time. So if it's changed a little bit, forgive me. But
It's gonna be under.
Verstappen, fastest lap plus 100. He doesn't have to win or anything. You're literally just betting him to be the fastest.
I've already
guy.
got that one locked in. Yeah, that's an easy one.
Perez also fastest lap plus 200. I'm thinking Verstappen is going to win that. So if you want to put money on it, you certainly can, but I'm not too concerned about it. Carlos Sainz podium plus 105. I do like that. I think he will remain in the top 3. And then also put a little bit for Verstappen to win at plus 160. I think that's going to be that's really going to be the only time that Verstappen is actually plus money to win something this year, because he is literally so good.
So that's outright betting, right?
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That's
so he's at 175 now, so he's even better odds.
Plus 175 right now. Yeah, I just played that. So
yeah. But definitely the ones I feel the safest about is Verstappen fastest lap, Sainz podium. You can also take a look at Alonso podium. He's sitting at 2, so you're basically just saying if he loses one spot, he'll still make money. I'm not sure what that number is, but
it's like minus 230, so not a super.
Yeah,
it's a lot of juice.
Yeah, don't mess with it.
And Colin, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can parlay F1 picks, right? So if you wanted to just parlay the 3 people you think are going to be on the podium.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
Well, I'm going to get more into it when you come on, bro, because it is interesting to listen about.
It's cool, man. It's cool, especially if any listeners, if y'all have never seen, I know it's been around for a couple of years, but the Formula One Netflix series, I think it's on its 5th season right now. It's really, really good, and it actually explains, like, number one, the rules, and especially the drama, because it is a giant drama powder keg. And you've got team principals bickering with each other, specifically Red Bull and Mercedes. It's a fun time, so definitely check it out if you got a lazy Sunday.
Yeah, that's how I got into it personally. And it's just cool given the driver's personality, so they're not just faces. You actually get to know them a little bit. So it really is a cool show, and Netflix did a really good job with that.
Yeah,
cool.
All right, dude, I'm riding with Verstappen fast lap and outright too.
Let's go. I'm riding with. Let's ride.
Let's ride. Let's ride.
That's how we're here. Let's ride.
All right, yeah. Well, thank y'all for that. That was cool, man. I don't know much about Formula One, but that was fun, and I could follow that pretty easily. So that was cool. Thank y'all.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. Let's go. Let's move to hockey. I think let's talk hockey, and then we'll take a break. Full disclosure. Colin, how much hockey? Before I say anything, Colin, you watch a lot of hockey. Is your top sport? Give me a hockey background.
Yeah. So what's funny is I'm naturally from the South, so hockey was not born and bred in my bones. I'm an NBA nerd and NFL nerd at heart. And then a few years ago, I was like, you know what? I want to get into hockey. And so I was like, all right, I'm from Memphis, closest team. I'm not going to root for Nashville. Can't do that. So I'm going to root for the St. Louis Blues, and started rooting for them. And literally that same year, they won the Stanley Cup, and it was the first time in 60 years.
Oh, wow.
And I was like,
bandwagon fan.
I was like, I don't think I deserve this fandom. So I just kind of backed up a little bit. And luckily, when the Kraken became an expansion team 2 years ago, I was like, perfect. This is my spot. And so I jumped on jumped on it early, and now they're making a nice little run. So I'm excited.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, it's here. Give me a quick. Let's talk a minute or two about hockey, and then we'll take a break. So
Okay.
the little thing that I have to say, I don't follow hockey that much. I do follow the Le Batard show. I love it. They're based out of Miami, so they talk the Florida Panthers a lot. So a little bit of hockey I do know is when they talk about the Florida Panthers.
Yeah.
And so I got lucky because I said, also people that know hockey always say like the best team never wins. So I took a little flyer and picked the Panthers to beat the Bruins.
Toronto.
Yeah. And
Oh,
no,
yeah.
the Bruins last round. So I got lucky. I was like, oh man, that was awesome. But yeah, I'm riding with the Panthers and let them. I just want to let them keep going all the way.
I'll ride with you, Dawson.
Yeah,
I'll ride with the Panthers. I got no hockey allegiance. I'll ride with the Panthers.
Join the pan wagon.
Unless Colin or Tony tells me something or somebody tells me differently.
That's who I'm riding with.
Yeah, to that point, Florida's got 2 home games. They're already up 2-0. So even if they split these 2 home games they've got, they're up 3-1. I think they're going to beat the Maple Leafs, and they will be in that conference final with either Carolina, the Hurricanes, or the Devils. So it should be.
Man, what is it with all these teams in the South being so good at hockey? Like
new money, baby.
Yeah, the Predators never won, but they were in the Stanley Cup Finals. They were a contender for like 5 or 6 years. Tampa Bay Lightning is incredible. Florida Panthers, San Jose Sharks. All these teams that you would not expect to be good at hockey are just awesome. So I kind of like it. Kind of dig it.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, damn, yeah, dude. Anything before I get to Colin? Any else of y'all? Do y'all have anything you want to say about hockey? The games today? Flyer you want to take? Nope.
I know nothing.
All right. Good. I'd rather that than just spout some nonsense. So no worries.
Yeah. It's on camera, bro. I can't be saying stuff that I mean, I'm learning from yesterday's mistakes.
Okay. All right. Well, Colin, let me just give a quick rundown. I want you to tell me today, 3:30, Carolina Hurricanes go to the New Jersey Devils. Carolina's up 2-0. Who do you like here?
I think the Devils get it. That first one. I think that the Hurricanes will advance, but I do think the Devils get today. And personally, my opinion is since they got 2 home games, I know it's been weird this year, this playoffs, that a lot of the away games have actually been like the team that's away has actually been winning. So that kind of runs counter to what it should be. Yeah. But I do think that the Devils take care of it at home. And personally, if they lose today, I would just double up for Game 4 because I don't think they're going to get swept. Excuse me. So that's kind of my opinion on that. And that's for the game today. And then the one tomorrow, or excuse me,
there's 2 more. Yeah, then you got the Panthers, Maple Leafs. Who you like there?
I think that one. It's kind of the same scenario. Like Florida is going to split these 2, so it will be 3-1. I wouldn't necessarily worry about putting bread on the individual games, more so who is going to win the series. Florida will win the series. Carolina will win the series. It's just a matter of when. So just kind of take a look at those things, and that's for those. Now my Kraken. It is funny that NHL winners, Kraken is at plus 2,000 to win. So it's definitely right. It's definitely a Cinderella story for them. They were not expected to win last series, but they did, and now they're with Dallas. So I feel pretty good. I think the Kraken are going to win today, though. I think they're at home. They are super, super fired up. They got great fans. So I've got Seattle winning. So to kind of take that back, Devils win today. Panthers win, and then Kraken wins.
Nice.
And actually, I can kind of flip that of Maple Leafs beating the Panthers. That would be the only one that was the way. So I'll actually switch that. So Devils, Maple Leafs, and then Kraken. That's my opinion.
All right, nice. All right, y'all. Well, you heard that's our hockey talk right there.
And then,
thanks, Colin, for the hockey talk.
Yeah, Dawson, I've actually got one more little thing, and then I'll let you roll. With the Oilers, something to just watch. Their star Leon Draisaitl, he is currently has 11 goals in 7 games.
Is he the guy that had 4 goals last game?
Yes. And 11 goals in 7 games is the first time that that's ever happened in 100 years within the first 7 games.
God, damn.
So absolutely insane. The record,
Wow.
like all time, is 19 in the playoffs. So he literally just has to go 8 games. With Vegas and the Oilers being 1-1, you got to imagine if the Oilers are advancing, Leon's going to have the record. So, viewers, anytime you're looking at Leon Draisaitl's number for the Oiler, I kind of like let's just crank up that over and let's see what happens.
All right. And that's
All right.
They've got McDavid too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Dang. So
They're loaded.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Well, thank you, dude.
They got the best. They're
good
the
insight.
they're the team with the good power play, correct? The best power play right now, just dominant. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Crazy.
That's what I've heard. Okay, nice. Yeah. All right, dude. Well, good insight, dude. Thank you, Colin. Yeah, hopefully
Thanks, Colin.
some big money there too. But all right, y'all. Let's take a little break. We're gonna come back. We'll play a little new game, over the hedge, under the hedge, and we'll talk today's games. All right, welcome back to the Hedge with Double D.
The Hedge with Double D.
Thank y'all for staying with us. Had fun so far, but now we're going to get into the NBA stuff, the stuff that I feel the most confident about. I think we all feel the most confident about. So let's win some more money. But first, let's preview our first game today. At 3:30, we've got the Boston Celtics visiting the Philadelphia 76ers. Last game was pretty exciting, honestly. I enjoyed watching the last game. You know, one money always makes it better, but it's been a good game. Always a big series between these two. Andrew, you want to start us off with your little preview? What are you thinking?
Yeah, man. So I think this is going to be one of those games where whoever wins wins by more than 4 or 5 points, you know. I think it's been kind of back and forth, but I just think the Celtics are a better team. They're a little more beat up, I think, you know, with Blake Griffin and Smart, and, you know, they're all a little bit hurt right now, but they're all game time decisions, just like Embiid is. But I don't know, something about the Sixers, they just don't seem to be jiving as much. It's like they're just having to kind of flow with whoever's hot that night. You know, I just think the Celtics are just playing a lot better basketball, like as a team. So I'm definitely feeling them in the series. And you can even see it a few games ago. I think it's 2 games ago, maybe. They took Tatum out. I think he played for like 19 minutes. So they're definitely, you know, saving him, not for this series, definitely for later
He had like
series.
7 points that game. Yeah. And they still won.
Yeah, for sure. So
Yeah, winning with Tatum getting 7. Yeah, that's, you know.
Yeah.
1-1, yeah.
So, I mean, that series is definitely going to be fun to watch, I think. But I still think the Celtics definitely going to pull that out. And, you know, when it comes to the game in the evening with Denver and Phoenix, you know, I would say also Denver's just a better team. And, you know, when you get a star like Kevin Durant, you know, with just a few weeks before the playoffs start, there's just so much to figure out. You know, if you watch NBA for a long time, you see that you can't just throw 3 players together and just all of a sudden, especially if several of them have been already playing together for a while, you know, think about Chris Paul and Devin Booker, like they've kind of been doing their own thing successfully for a while. And then you throw in someone like Kevin Durant, who, you know, is usually putting up 30 or more for his team. You know, you want to get the ball spread around. I think that's going to be a really good team to beat next year. But, I think right now, you know, Djokovic and his squad have been playing really good basketball already. I think they're already in the groove, you know, they've already got it clicking. So I think it's just going to be hard to stop that.
I think the best example of what you just said, look at like the Olympics. When Team USA plays, they've got on paper the best team ever, you know, like by far way better than everybody else, but they still lose some games because they never played together. And a lot of these other international teams have played together. So like, yeah, right there.
And LeBron, his time in Miami, you know, everybody thought he was going to win that first year, and they didn't. They got close, but they were still trying to figure out how to play with one another. And once they figured that out, and they just started winning a lot. You know, LeBron kind of surprised me when he went to the Lakers and won that bubble year. I think that was such a different championship. in 2020. Down in Orlando, all the teams were like basically staying there, couldn't leave the resort property or whatever. And so it's just a unique, there wasn't a home crowd, so you take that element out and just a totally different championship series. And I'm still happy they won, but like, I'd still like to see if they could do it just in a normal year with fans in the building and all that. And like I said earlier, they're healthy right now. They're clicking pretty well. So if they can stay healthy and just can continue to, gel and vibe, they could be really tough to beat. I think the Celtics are still probably my pick this year, probably to repeat. They're just really good. They're going to be hard to beat. If it's not them, it's probably going to be the Nuggets. So,
I'd love to see the Nuggets do something with Jokic, but
yeah, that'd be a great championship, Denver versus Boston. So I'd love to watch that.
Tony, you got anything for previewing today's game? First one, just specifically, kind of.
I agree with Andrew in the fact that I think the Celtics are going to win. But I think tonight, Philly's still got some of the momentum, or still got some hope alive. So I have a feeling Embiid is going to put the team on his back, and I think he's going to have a big game. I know he's playing a little hurt, but he's been playing a little hurt his whole career. So what's new?
Yeah.
So I think Philly's going to pull it off tonight, win one at home. They can't go winless at home. They just can't. So I think a big game for Philly and a big game for Embiid, especially tonight. So
all right,
that's how I'm feeling.
I like it. All right, Dylan and Colin, give me a little something if you want before we start our over/under.
Go ahead, Colin. I'll go after you, bro. I'll go quick.
I think I'm with Tony. And Andrew's right. Boston is the better team. They will finish this, but I think get the 76ers at plus 102 home dogs to even up the series. I'll take that, even though I have no faith that the 76ers will actually win the series, but I do think they win tonight. And then I think Denver wins tonight.
All right.
Yeah, I'm going to piggyback too. I mean, Embiid is the MVP. We can't forget that. I like what Tony said. This guy's been playing hurt his whole career. He's been playing a little hurt here and there. But this is his home crowd. He is a mismatch nightmare. I mean, I don't know who, Jaylen Brown can kind of guard him, I guess, and, Tatum here and there. But, if he gets down low, or if he gets out on the perimeter a little bit and gets going, I mean, he could drop 30, 40 on you and it's just done. So I'm riding money line tonight on the Philadelphia 76ers. That's not my pick per se, but I'm always involved on the lines, and that's going to be my play on that game is just ride with the home team, get this one done. I do think Boston is the better team. This is more their year, but Embiid is just won the MVP. I mean, come on, let's see something, buddy.
Yeah.
I will agree, and the matchup is tough because they don't really have anybody that can guard Embiid. I think y'all are totally right. He's probably going to put more than 30 up tonight. So I don't know what his player prop is. It'd be interesting to see.
28.5. Yeah, that's one of my picks for later for you guys.
Yeah, for sure. That'd be tempting for sure. I think about LeBron when he tried to put the Cavs on his back to win against the Golden State. I think he was putting up like 40 or 60 in a game. I think he had like 120 in the first 3 games or something crazy like that, and they lost. So,
So you can do so much, but that doesn't mean you're going to win. Yeah.
So are we all on the Sixers? I mean, hands up.
I'm actually
tonight.
The Sixers
tonight.
We're
talking about the series.
Tonight. No, we're talking about tonight. Who's going to win the game?
Tonight.
Yeah. Okay.
I think we're all the Sixers tonight,
some...
and I think we're all on the Celtics for the series too, though.
Uh-oh.
Yes, agreed.
Okay.
Celtics
we had
and
this happen
6
yesterday with the Heat.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
no.
That's right.
No.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm curious about the next game because I think we're going to have some differing opinions on this one, hopefully. But exciting to see that we're on Phil. I'm glad to see that. So,
yeah. Well, let's we've already talked a little bit about the next game. I think I'm going to change it up. Let's just keep talking about the next game and then let's do over under for everything and run it through.
Okay.
A little bit. Andrew was talking about, the Joker. You were talking about, you're talking about Durant and them saying the Suns, they've got the two, I want to say they've got the best player, but I don't know. Jokic might be the best player, honestly. So at a certain point, it's just like, at one point, either Booker's got to have a bad game, I'd imagine, but I'm not going to bet against it. But as bad as the Nuggets have been in the playoffs, I feel like they're going to take this series. They've just looked way better than the Suns. The Suns they don't have anything but Durant and Booker. I don't see anybody stepping up. Andrew, you want to add a little something, and then we'll let everyone kind of add a little something before we.
Yeah, I mean, kind of like we were talking about in the other series, and I kind of hinted at it a little bit. You know, you got the team that I think is going to lose getting the home game, and it's a kind of you got to win. You know, it's do or die. Like if you can't win at home, you know, and that was what concerned me, I guess, at the beginning of the Sixers series, is that, you know, they got completely destroyed, you know, at home. But we'll see. I just think that overall, you know, the Suns are still kind of figuring it out. Djokovic is just like butter out there, passing the ball around and getting everybody involved, and, you know, so it's going to be a grind. I think the spread is pretty accurate. It's going to be a pretty close game. Let's see what's the over under here. 227.
Pretty high.
Yeah, I always stay
Pretty
away
high total.
from unders. It's just something I never do.
Yeah,
personal choice. Tony,
they're fun.
Especially for cheering. Sometimes it's not. It's actually here. Let me just say this blank statement. There was one time I heard, I can't remember who it was, but someone just said like, "Oh, I hate betting the under. It's no fun. I always want to bet the under or the over." And ever since they said that, I kind of looked at it, and I feel like unders are your better option. They're more juice because emotionally, no one wants to bet on no points to get scored. That's not fun. So
that's true.
It feels like unders, and I do bet a lot of unders. It feels like unders sometimes are better odds because they're like
unders like Army Navy game. I don't know if you guys remember that streak that was going, then it busted this year, but like it was under for like, you know, I don't know, it was a crazy amount of years. College football unders. I mean, I will get you guys some unders during college football season. Right. You talk about SEC defenses going against out of conference teams. We're gonna be looking at team totals. We're going to be looking at unders. So the unders, I think you're right, Dawson, is a lot of times where the money's at, and they just get you emotionally.
Yeah, and as a Wisconsin fan, you'd probably love the under.
I love the under, baby.
Come on now. They're going to score 6-3 against Iowa.
Right, baby. Defense.
And one thing I'd also say about that is it's kind of, you know, statistics are, you know, you got a player that's scoring like, you know, crazy points, several games back to back to back. So that's going to end up dragging the over up several points, right? Well, he's going to end up getting tired, you know. He can't keep that streak going forever, you know. And so I think it's good to kind of sometimes fade the trend because, you know, it's all a moving scale of the averages. And so they overshoot it and then they undershoot it. And, you know, it's kind of
just flip flop like you do with Anthony Davis, right? Just go over one game under the other and make money.
Yeah, I agree with what Andrew's saying. Look at RJ Barrett. You know, we made some money off of that one yesterday.
Hey, good call.
Under. We did.
So. That was money. I followed that one heavy actually when you broke it down, man. So I appreciate that.
Nice.
And bringing Colin in on the NHL, it's like the Bruins. I mean, the Bruins were so hot this year. They were doing things that people were like basically saying they're gonna break records, and
it was historical.
Yeah, but they couldn't win at the end, and you run out of gas, you know. So
and there's
get hot at the right time.
Yeah, there's something to be said for the regular season team that wins the President's Cup. They are more likely than not. You can pretty much just bet them to lose, and they will lose. It's some crazy statistic that if they win President's Cup, they won't win the Stanley Cup.
And like the Panthers guy, Kachuk. I mean, that's the best name ever. I mean, I love betting on Kachuk. All right. Well, that's all right. So good. I know we went off on a little segment there, but we're back. That was good previewing. Let's play a little game called Over the Hedge, Under the Hedge.
Over the hedge.
Under the hedge.
All right. I'm guessing the rules are pretty self-explanatory. We're going to give you some player props, and we're all going to pick if we think they're going to go over the hedge or under the hedge on those props. So,
are we going to take a group consensus, Dawson? I know we're kind of working through this.
No,
Would it be
we're just kind of going to run through it, and you give I'm going to let everyone go one at a time, pick it as we go. So the first one will be Harden on his points over under. I'm going to let Andrew say if it's going to go over under, and then Well, now, okay, you
What's
know what?
the total?
Now that we switched it up, I'm gonna. So when I'm looking at my computer, I've got Colin under me, and then Andrew, and then Dylan and Tony. So we're gonna go in that order. I'm gonna go Colin, Andrew, Dylan, Tony, and I'll tell you as we go. And you just tell me over under. If you want to give me a quick 10, 15 second why, that's fine, but let's keep it concise.
And then do you have the FanDuel like the run of, are we just going like the over 23? I can't really see that very well.
So
Yeah.
Andrew, do me a favor and pull up
the Google sheet.
Yeah. Pull up the Google
sure.
sheet. Yeah, just pull up the Google sheet. I've got I think I have them all typed out on there.
Cool. And then I'll run through all of those real quick.
Okay, this is what, so we're gonna do one at a time. These are the ones we're playing for those if y'all didn't get that earlier. So I'll start with Harden points over under. We just say if you think he's gonna get more than 20.5. If you want to give me 5-10 seconds. If not, that's fine. And then so we'll start with the first 3 on the first game, and then we'll move to the next 3. Colin, you want to go last? Give yourself a little time. All right.
Yeah.
Colin to last. Andrew, you're first after me.
Yep.
All right. So first off, we've got James Harden on the points. It is set. So all of these are thanks to DraftKings. I'm getting all of these straight off DraftKings. So if you see something else on your betting site, because we're using DraftKings. So Harden points are set at 20.5. Obviously he had 45 that first game and has been pretty abysmal shooting the next 2. I'm riding him over the hedge here though. I think he's gonna get it back and get like low 20s, but I think he's gonna get over. Andrew, what are you thinking?
Yeah, I agree. I think he's been short the last few games after that monster game of 45 when he hit that buzzer beater. But yeah, I think he's going back in the trend that we were talking about earlier. 76ers win tonight, Harden with over 20.5.
All right. Dylan, what are you thinking?
I'm going to go under here, guys. I think Harden is going to hit right around 18, 19 points tonight. I'm looking for more assists. I do think this is an Embiid game. It's, Harden pulled that big game out. So I'm looking more towards the assists than the points under.
All right, Tony.
Kind of the opposite of what Dylan said. I think he's going to be over instead of 18, 19, I think he's going to be like 22, 23. He's going to be the Robin to Embiid's Batman tonight. So he's going to show up a little bit more than he had did last game, but he's not going to drop 30 or 40 or anything. So give me the over on Harden points.
All right, over the Hedge. All right, Colin, what you thinking?
I'm thinking Harden over on this one. They're going to need him to score at least 20 plus points in order for Boston not to step on their throat. So I do think that he gets over.
Or for Embiid not to literally step on their face. All right. So most of us riding over, but Dylan's on the under. All right. Next we've got Tyrese Maxey, my favorite player, if y'all remember, because of that smile. He is at 19.5 points. That is like, oh man. I think it's gonna be close, but I don't feel comfortable saying over. So I'm gonna say under the hedge for that one.
Yeah, I'm going under the hedge as well. I think I remember a few minutes ago we were talking about the Suns getting it done tonight. So, I mean, I don't think he's going to be the one that makes the difference tonight. So, going under.
Okay. Dylon.
I'm under. Yeah. Again, this is Embiid's game. Wait, is Maxey's with Philadelphia, correct?
Yeah. He
threw me off by saying Suns. Okay, I was making sure.
Never mind.
You're good.
No, you're good, bro. I was like, I know what you meant, but okay. So I'm going under. Definitely. Again, looking for the assist. I think he gets there. He shot the ball well so far, but he's had some big games, and he's gonna get, like what Andrew said earlier. So I'll take under on that one as well.
All right. Big Bear.
Yeah, I'm going to take the under on Maxey as well. He's a great player, great young player. This isn't his time quite yet. I got Embiid and Harden leading the team tonight, and Maxey's playmaking and speed will definitely help them out, but I don't think he's going to be one of the top 2 tonight. So give me the under on Maxey.
All right. And Colin.
Yeah, I hate to go with the flow on this one, but Maxi 13 last game. I'm gonna go under. With all of us betting under, who's probably gonna go for 27 though. So
If I'm Doc Rivers, I'm gonna watch this and send it to Maxie for to get him
yeah,
up.
Yeah.
yeah. We did the kiss of death.
Yeah. I was gonna try to do a fake Doc Rivers, but I'm not going to. So.
Well, I don't think him and Harden and OL Embiid are going to go over.
Exactly.
It's just not going to be like
exactly.
that.
Yep.
Agreed.
Exactly. All right. All right. Next we got Big Al Horford. His 3-point total set at 1.5. Man, that's hard. I could see him making 0. I could see him making 4. I'm gonna go. Yeah, let me see. What's his splits?
Let's see what he's done for the last few games.
5, 1, and 1.
He's got 1, 1, and then 5 last game.
I think I'm gonna keep going under. I'm riding with the Sixers, so I feel like it makes sense if he starts hitting threes, the Sixers probably won't win. So I'm gonna say under.
Yeah, I'm going under 2 as well.
All right. Big Bear. Actually, I don't remember who's next. Now we look
Dylan.
different. So. Dylan.
I'll go. Colin made a good point earlier about it, and I like Al Horford. He's got he got a pretty good spot on their team to make threes, especially if both their big players are penetrating. I'll go over today. I'm going to think he's going to hit 2.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to follow Dylan and go over. I don't think he's going to go 5 for 7 or anything, but I think he'll get at least 2.
Yeah.
Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum driving inside, kick it out to Big Al in the corner, wide open. I think he'll hit a few. Over on Horford.
All right.
I've got over as well. I think Missoula is not the best at making adjustments, but that adjustment for the third game, they have to pull Embiid away from the basket, or else you're not going to get anybody driving or anything. So I do think he goes over on that
one. All right.
It's good logic.
Yep. All right. We got 3 more. We'll move through these a little quicker. Next game, Suns and Nuggets. We've got Jamal Murray, 23.5. He just went off. He just had a good game. I feel like Murray's a lot like AD, where he's going to have a good game, bad game, good game, bad game, or at least he's not going to have 2 good games in a row. So I'm going to take under.
Yeah, I like that logic. Even this game where he went back to back pretty good, there was a break in between them, so he had some time to rest. So being on the road here, just went for 32, going under.
Dylan.
Yeah, I like the logic. I think we're going to talk about Jokic combo here in a minute, so I'll elaborate there. But I like the logic of the kind of the back and forth. A lot of points for Jamal Murray, especially with him not being the main guy. So I'm gonna go under.
All right, Big Bear.
I'm actually going to go over on the points for Jamal Murray tonight. I'll get into it when we get in our picks later, but I think Jokic isn't going to be the dominant scorer tonight. I think he's going to be more passive. So I'm going to go over on Jamal Murray.
All right.
I'm going under. I actually am the opposite of Tony. I think Jokic has to step on their throats and score a lot of points in order to take that 3-1. So I'm going to go under on that one.
All right. Next we've got Jokic. Like we said, we've got a combo here. The number was so high, I thought it'd be fun to do. Jokic combined points, rebounds, and assists is set at 49.5. So you're going to add all those up together. Is he going to get more than 49.5? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say he's going to go over. I don't know how he's going to get it, but I feel like he's going to get 15 of either rebounds and assists, 10 of the other, and at least like 25 points. So I'm going over.
I think this one's really tough for me to bet on. I'm always tempted by it because I'm like, oh, you get to add these categories together. But sometimes players just don't have a complete game. unless you're this guy. I mean, look at this. He had 17 rebounds, 17 assists, 30 points. So I'm going over.
Yeah.
I'm definitely going over here.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and jump in, man. I think this is the Nuggets here. I didn't really say this earlier, but as far as what they built for, they are built for Jokic to do this. Like, I mean, this is what his whole role is. If they're playing at their best level, he should hit this. He's hit it back-to-back games. And again, I think this is the emphasis. It's get him the ball in the middle, get him the ball up top, let him touch it once, and then either he's going to make a play to the basket or he's going to find somebody open. And so I'm going over. I actually took it at 50.5. So give me even one more. Because I'm just going to go ahead and ride with that. So over.
And they just lost too, so he's going to come in even harder than that. So
Yeah.
For Jokic, I know I literally just said he's not going to have a huge scoring night, but the fact that he can put up 20 rebounds and 15 assists in any given game, I'm still going to take the over on it. I still expect at least 20 points from him, and all he needs is 15 rebounds or something, which I feel like he does that every night. So give me the over on the points, assists, and rebound total for you.
Yeah, give me the over as well. He's a human stat machine. I feel good betting that easy.
That's funny. I feel like we were all just like, yeah, under is such a good call, and we're like, over.
This guy's different. Come on, man. And the total's climbing.
Exactly. But it's more fun to take overs. Yeah.
Well, we'll be back tomorrow. We can eat our words.
Exactly.
Next time.
out of all the bets we've done so far, that's the one I think I'm the most confident about. So.
Agreed.
All right. Last one. Then we'll take a quick break and do our official picks, and then we'll really start making y'all some money. So last one, Durant, 29.5 points. Simply put, I think he's going to get his. I think he's going to go over. I think he's going to start finally hitting his shots. And
yeah, I mean, what was the over again? 29?
29.5. Yep.
29. Yeah.
It's up to 30.5 already, too. So it's moved up a little.
Okay.
It's at home?
Yes.
I'm going under.
Oh, okay.
I'm going under.
All right. Dylon.
I'm going to go over. I'll go ahead and just jump in over.
Okay.
I'll talk about it later.
All right. Big Bear.
I'm going to say over as well. Give me, I think they'll have at least 30, 31 tonight. So I'm going to say over for them.
Okay.
I'm going to go under on that one.
All right. That's a good mix there. I think that's the first one we've had like 3 and 2 instead of like all 5 or only 4 and 1 or something. So nice.
It's hard to tell if it's going to be Devin Booker again for 47.
Yeah.
You know,
it's just like I don't think he's going to score like 40 again, but I'm not betting against it. I'm just, that's one of those things I'm staying away from.
Yeah, in general, I feel like when a team in the NBA has a player that's streaking, even if they're off the bench, they just let them go. So they just kind of see who shows up, and whoever that person is, they just like feed it.
Let it ride.
Andrew made a great point earlier talking about the Suns still don't know. They don't even know their rotation. And it's certainly every single game. It's like Durant's like, all right, is it you run a play, I run a play, or like how are we doing this? So I like that.
All right, y'all. Welcome back. The most important segment. Here we go. We're gonna make our official picks on the hedge here. So let's make some money. All right. First game again is the Celtics and the 76ers. I will go first. I am looking at DraftKings here, and I have I'm going to go with the 76ers money line as my main juice pick right there. I'm riding with the 76ers. I think they got to bounce back. And with that, I'm going to take Harden at over 19.5 because I think he's going to kind of bounce back. I don't think he's going to go off, but I think he'll get over 19.5 and they'll win. And with that, I think it's going to be Harden, Maxey, and Embiid. So I'm going to take Tobias Harris under 14.5 points as my third pick. That will yield you plus 450. So a $10 pick will give you $45 on that. Andrew, what's your first pick?
My first pick is going to be Embiid over on a single game parlay combined with them to win on the money line, and it's actually slipping right now. When we started recording this podcast, the Sixers were like -2.5, and now Boston is -1.5. So something's afoot.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm still sticking to my original pick.
Okay. Big Bear.
All right. So kind of going off what I said earlier, I think the 76ers are going to win a game at home. So I'm going to do same game parlay, 76ers money line. I think they're going to pull it off tonight. Give me the over on Joel Embiid's points, over 28.5. And this kind of contradicts a little bit what I said earlier about Tatum and Brown getting inside, dishing it out to Al Horford. I'm going to go with my third one, Jason Tatum, 4 or more three-pointers. I think they, ever since the All-Star break, he's been kind of more passive and not really passive, but just settling for outside shots. I think he's going to do that tonight, especially with a 2-1 lead with 2 more home games left. And especially at the end, I bet they might get in desperation mode. He'll start jacking them up. So give me Joel Embiid over 28.5 points, Jason Tatum 4 or more three-pointers, 76ers money line. That is plus 691 on FanDuel. So $10 into $69.
All right, let's do it. Colin, what you got?
I've got Horford over 1.5 threes plus 76ers money line. That gets you 219. And then if you want to put a little extra juice on it, you can follow Tony with Joel over 28.5. And then if you add all those, that'll be plus 406. So certainly Horford over 1.5 threes, 76ers money line, and then toss a Joel for plus 406.
Right. But we need the official pick. So what's the official?
Official is Horford over 1.5 threes and 76ers money line.
Okay. And that was at minus or plus 2.
Plus 219 for FanDuel.
All right. Dylan?
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and jump in here on the Joel Embiid fan club. So today is a big day for Philadelphia. They do need to win this game. I'm actually going to give you another pick that's a little different. I'm going to go with Joel Embiid combo points and rebounds. I got that at 39.5. If he's not scoring by the basket, he's rebounding it. And I mean, if you can get 6 or 7 rebounds out of him, I mean, I think he's still going over the total. And then, if he sees that 28, 29 points, you can probably still get 12 rebounds. So you kind of hedge there. I know he's going to get a bunch of action. So the official pick is Joel Embiid over 39.5. That's at plus 100 on FanDuel.
100. All right. I like it. All right, y'all. All right. Let's go to our second game here. Nuggets and Suns. I can't remember if I mentioned earlier, but I'm always doing the same game parlays on DraftKings because, again, they got that your first $10 same game parlay, you get your money back. So I'm always doing 3 picks at least for the parlays. So Nuggets Suns. I feel like Michael Porter Jr. and Aaron Gordon, it's either only one of them has a good game. They're never going to both have a good game. And Michael Porter was the good game last time. So I'm going to take Aaron Gordon over 13.5, Michael Porter Jr. under 15.5. And then, like we were talking about earlier with Durant, I'm going to take Durant over 29.5. And those 3 together will get you plus 400 odds.
Good deal.
Andrew?
I think we talked about it a little bit earlier. We talked about Djokovic was what was his plus 49.5? Or not plus 49. It was 49.5 points, assists, and rebounds.
Are we talking tennis here or basketball?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, my bad. I like to call him the Joker. The Joker going for 49
that's safe.
points, assists, and rebounds. I forget what that was though. I don't have it quite pulled up. What was that bet earlier? Plus
the combo bet for points, assists, and rebounds is 49.5. It's at 50.5 now, but you can take it either way.
Okay, cool. What were the odds on that though?
Yeah.
It's minus 113 for those 3.
Gotcha. What I got.
All right. So he's taking, all right. Is that 49.5 or 50.5, Colin?
50.5, I think now.
50.5 now.
All right, cool. All right. Tony, what you got?
All right, so I'm thinking the Suns are going to. I think this is going to be the best series of this round. I think it's going to go all the way to 7. Honestly, they're just the most star powered than any other series. So I'm going to say Suns are going to cover the 2.5 tonight. I say Booker over on the 31.5. I know that's a high number, but I just think the Booker and Durant show is just going to kind of take over tonight. And then finally, kind of like what I said earlier, I'm going to go under on Jokic, 27.5 points. I know that's my risky one there, but with the Suns, official pick, Suns cover the 2.5, Booker over 31.5, Jokic under 27.5. That'll get you plus 436.
Nice. All right, Colin.
Official bet is Denver money line plus 114. And then add on Jokic points and assist over 35.5. So you're essentially just taking away the rebounds portion. So
Gotcha.
Jokic over 35.5 plus Denver money line.
All right.
I
All
think you
right.
get that just in points, y'all.
Yeah, he might. He seriously might.
Yeah.
All right, Dylan.
I'll go ahead. Yeah, my last one here. So yeah, I'm gonna just go with. I think this is gonna be one of the greatest series of this playoffs as well. As Tony said, I mean, most star power. Or a little earlier, we were talking about adding in a piece at a late time in the season and kind of having it come together. So that's kind of what Phoenix has done, and vice versa. Denver's been built for this moment. They've been building around Joker, whatever. We all can't say his name. But tonight, I do think it's a Kevin Durant night. I do think that he does come in and score. Chris Paul and everybody getting the ball to him. So I'm going to take Kevin Durant over his total. I got it at 29.5 last night. It's at 30.5. So I think either way, he's going to hit that. And then I did also do the combo. I do think that Joker shows out tonight. So I'm going to take the over at 50.5. I got it a little later. I think it was at 49.5, but I'm going to go ahead and go out on a limb and say I don't care. I'm going to do 50.5. So those are my 2 picks. Those are going to be both at minus 105 on FanDuel.
All right. Nice. All right, y'all. Well, there's the official picks. Take them if you want them. Hopefully we can win some more money. And remember, if you have a parlay, hedge those bets.
Yeah.
Hedge them.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for joining me. We'll see y'all next time. See ya.
See you guys.
Over
Thanks, man.
the hedge.
Over the hedge.